Individuals who self-sabotage their lives. How many people do you know that fall into this category? Are you one of thousands of individuals who self-sabotage their lives mainly because of procrastination? Self-sabotaging behavior indeed refers to those actions or inactions that interfere with one's progress, often unconsciously preventing people from achieving their goals. Common examples include procrastination, perfectionism, self-doubt, and overthinking, all of which create barriers to personal growth, success, and happiness. Here are a few key areas where self-sabotage frequently appears. Career and productivity may manifest as procrastination, missing deadlines, or taking on excessive workloads without completing them. Often, fear of failure or even fear of success underlies this behavior. Self-sabotage in relationships can appear as trust issues, communication breakdowns, or pushing people away. Deep-seated insecurities or a fear of vulnerability might lead to these self-defeating patterns. Many people have health and wellness struggles with habits that undermine their physical or mental health, such as neglecting exercise, poor diet, or negative self-talk. Stress, unresolved trauma, or low self-worth often drive these choices. Financial stability can be self-sabotaged when financial habits include overspending, undersaving, or engaging in impulsive purchases. These behaviors can stem from deeper psychological issues related to self-worth or emotional comfort. Identifying self-sabotaging habits and addressing their root causes can help people break these cycles, creating space for real progress and fulfillment. Therapy, self-reflection, and mindfulness can be valuable tools for recognizing and overcoming these behaviors. What about a difficult childhood? Growing up in a dysfunctional family can contribute to your acts of self-sabotage. Without a secure attachment style, you might have an ambivalent or avoidant attachment style. Our earliest engagement with caregivers affects how we connect to others. If your parents told you growing up that you'll never amount to much, maybe you handicap yourself so that you do fall short. You might ask, what causes self-sabotaging behavior? Well, people thwart their progress for a variety of reasons. They may consciously or unconsciously commit acts of self-sabotage. The causes range from childhood issues to prior relationship effects. Other reasons for this type of destructive behavior vary from low self-esteem and coping problems to problems with cognitive dissonance, which will be explained as we progress. Self-sabotage often serves as a coping mechanism that people use to deal with stressful situations and past traumas. Unfortunately, it typically makes problems worse and limits a person's ability to successfully move forward in a healthy way. Conscious and unconscious self-sabotaging. How, when, and where. People who self-sabotage might be aware of their actions. For example, someone who's overweight and on a diet might consciously sabotage their good efforts by eating a whole carton of ice cream, or they might unconsciously act in this manner. A person misses a work deadline. On the surface, it seems like he or she was running late, but the truth is they are afraid of failure. They self-sabotage by missing the due date. Thus, they thwart their goal to move up in the company. There is a difficulty in relationships when your ex constantly puts you down. You might feel vulnerable, especially if they said they were wasting time trying to move forward with someone like you. Also, you can be in a great relationship, but you cheat on your partner or break up for no reason because you don't feel good enough or you fear getting hurt again. Self-sabotage is a common issue that many people face when trying to make changes in their lives. It can manifest in various ways, such as procrastination, social comparison, and taking on too much. In this communication, I will explore the different forms of self-sabotage and provide strategies for overcoming them. Whether you're looking to improve your productivity, build healthier relationships, or achieve personal goals, these tips will help you break free from self-sabotaging behaviors and pave the way for personal growth and success. Actually, self-sabotage is a common behavior that many of us engage in, often without even realizing it. As I stated before, it can take various forms, such as procrastination, social comparison, and taking on too much. These self-sabotaging behaviors can hinder our personal and professional growth, preventing us from reaching our full potential. At its core, self-sabotage stems from anxiety and the avoidance of pain or discomfort. We may fear failure, rejection, or criticism, and so we engage in behaviors that sabotage our own success to protect ourselves from these potential threats. However, by understanding the root causes of self-sabotage, we can begin to address and overcome these destructive behaviors. Once again, as stated before, procrastination is one of the most common self-sabotaging behaviors. We delay important tasks or avoid them altogether, often due to fear of failure or perfectionism. Procrastination gives us temporary relief from the anxiety associated with the task, but it ultimately hinders our progress and productivity. To overcome procrastination, it's essential to identify the underlying reasons for our avoidance. Are we afraid of not meeting expectations? Are we paralyzed by the fear of making mistakes? By recognizing these fears and addressing them directly, we can develop healthier strategies for managing our time and tasks. Another form of self-sabotage is social comparison. We often compare ourselves to others, especially on social media, and feel inadequate or inferior as a result. This constant comparison can erode our self-esteem and create a negative self-image, leading to self-sabotaging thoughts and behaviors. To combat social comparison, it's important to cultivate self-acceptance and focus on our own journey, rather than constantly comparing ourselves to others. Recognize that social media feeds are curated highlights and not an accurate representation of someone's entire life. Embrace your unique qualities and strengths and practice self-compassion instead of self-criticism. Taking on too much is bad, and many of us fall into the trap of taking on too much, whether it be at work, in our personal lives, or both. We want to please others, prove our worth, or avoid disappointment, so we overcommit ourselves. However, this behavior often leads to burnout stress and a decline in overall well-being. Learning to set boundaries and prioritize our own needs is essential in overcoming this form of self-sabotage. Recognize that it's okay to say no and delegate tasks when necessary. Focus on what truly matters and allocate your time and energy accordingly. By doing so, you'll be able to maintain a healthier work-life balance and avoid the detrimental effects of taking on too much. Understanding the root causes of self-sabotage is crucial in breaking free from these behaviors. It requires self-reflection and a willingness to confront our fears and insecurities. Therapy or counseling can be beneficial in guiding this process and providing support along the way. By addressing the underlying anxiety and avoidance, we can develop healthier coping mechanisms and habits. This may include setting realistic goals, practicing self-care, seeking support from loved ones, or engaging in activities that promote self-confidence and personal growth. Overcoming self-sabotage is an ongoing journey. It requires patience, self-awareness, and a commitment to personal growth. By understanding the root causes and implementing strategies to counter self-sabotaging behaviors, we can create a more positive and fulfilling life. Procrastination is also linked to anxiety and the avoidance of pain or discomfort. Many of us have experienced the tendency to put off tasks or delay important decisions, whether it's avoiding responsibilities at work, postponing personal projects, or even procrastinating on taking care of our health. The habit of the big boogeyman, procrastination, can greatly hinder our success and happiness. So, how can we overcome procrastination and become more productive? One effective strategy is to break tasks into manageable chunks and set time limits for each chunk. This approach helps us stay focused and motivated, making it easier to take action. When faced with a daunting task or a project that seems overwhelming, it's easy to feel stuck and paralyzed. The mere thought of tackling the whole project at once can be daunting, leading us to procrastinate indefinitely. However, by breaking the task into smaller, more manageable chunks, we can overcome this mental block and take action. For example, if you have a large research paper to write, you can start by outlining the main sections or chapters. Then, you can break it down further by setting goals for each section. By doing this, you create a clear roadmap and eliminate the feeling of overwhelm. Please like and hit the subscribe button. We want 1 million subscribers.